Swadika, good morning. Welcome to Newsline. The program is coming live to you on NBT, NBT World, and also Radio Thailand, FM 88. It's Monday, February 29th. I'm Cholapansa Narula. Let's take a look at today's top stories. We begin with Thailand moves forward. And in our first story, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has thanked the Ministry of Education and the National Institute of Educational Testing Service, or NIETS, for reducing the number of subject areas included in the Ordinary National Education Test, or ONET. Government spokesperson Major General Sansern Kaew-Kamnert said the Prime Minister had expressed his appreciation for the NIETS and the Ministry of Education's efforts to push for educational reform in Thailand. The spokesperson said General Prayut appreciated the new policy to reduce the number of subject areas in ONET exam from 8 to 5. According to him, the new policy helps to reduce stress among students as well as allows them to have more relaxing moments with their friends and families. He said a good education system should allow students to learn both inside and outside the classrooms. Minister attached to the office of the Prime Minister, Momlong Panatda Disakun, presided over the opening ceremony of the Run Hero Run charity event. The winner received a trophy of Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sarinthorn. The running event was organized by the Peace of Life Foundation to raise money to buy equipment and bulletproof vests for military officers in the 3 southern border provinces. More than 5,000 professional and amateur runners participated in the Run Hero Run charity running event held at the Royal Plaza. There were a 21-kilometer half marathon, 10.5-kilometer mini marathon, 5 kilometers, and also 3 kilometers walk and runs. The spokesman of the Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC, is confident that the preliminary rewrite of the draft charter will be ready by the end of March. CDC spokesman Dr. Amon Wanitviwat said that after the end of the period for the charter drafters to receive all opinions and suggestions about the new draft constitution on February 15th, all information has been brought up for consideration based on their relevance to different articles. Dr. Amon said that so far, the CDC has completed almost 100 articles, while some opinions have been set aside for further deliberation. He affirmed that the rewritten draft will be ready by the planned date of March 29, before being presented to the Cabinet to prepare for a public referendum. Regarding concerns over the suggested division of the enforcement of the new constitution into 2 periods, Dr. Amon said that the new charter will not be enforced on a temporary and a permanent basis, as anything that will be temporary will be included in the provisional clauses already, while all main issues such as a country's administration and politics will be included in the draft charter anyhow. Thai and Laotian authorities are joining hands to tackle haze and forest fires while educating members of the public about the threat. In Nan Province, responsible agencies from Lao People's Democratic Republic and Thailand are hosting an event to raise public awareness about wildfires and haze while creating a supportive community capable of assisting authorities in the fight against haze. Members of the community have also been asked to be on a lookout for possible forest fires and report them to responsible units immediately. Meanwhile, in Ubon Ratchathani Province, the Internal Security Operations Command, or ISOC, held a wildfire and haze control training course for youngsters within the area, teaching them to protect their homes from possible fire hazards. In addition, ISOC also hosted an exhibition about forest protection along the Thai-Lao border, hoping that this will make the public realize the importance of forests. Meanwhile, several government and military units have co-organized a training course on the control of forest fires aimed at alleviating the persistent haze in the northern region of the country as well. NNT reporter Tarin Angsakun visited Chiang Mai province to get the story on controlling forest fires.
The Minister for Natural Resources and the Environment, General Surasak Kanchanarat, this week chaired the opening sessions on forest fire control. According to the Forest Protection and Fire Control Office, the severity of the wildfire is assessed for listing in one of three categories: normal, severe, or critical, to enable efficient and fast reaction to the situation.
And that fighting fire is a very nasty business. It means death or life, right? Yeah. So if we have a bit of mistake, maybe it takes some life of our people. Yeah. So practicing, training, and exercises, especially when we have the different units working together, is very, very important.
The first category is the immediate identification of the area at risk and a confirmation that the area does not exceed 100 right of land. The chief of the Forest Fire Control Station is the director of the Fire Control Unit, following the Forest Fire Suppression Plan in normal situation. Land unit will come from local forest fire control officers. Fire engines will be sent from forest fire control stations. Helicopters and aircraft will come from government units. Second, after detection, when the area burning is already in excess of 100 right of land, and the fire cannot be controlled in 3 days. By following the Forest Fire Suppression Plan, the provincial governor will be the director of the Forest Fire Control Unit and will follow the Forest Fire Suppression Plan designed for a serious situation. Land unit will come from every Forest Fire Control office in the province. Fire engines will be called in from all over the province. Helicopters and aircraft will be from the government. The third is for the forest fire that cannot be controlled within 15 days. By following the Forest Fire Suppression Plan in serious situation, Director General of the Department of National Parks, Wildlife and Plant Conservation will be the director of the Forest Fire Control Unit and will follow the Forest Fire Suppression Plan designed for a critical situation. Land units will come from every Forest Fire Control office in the province affected and from nearby provinces. Fire engines will come from all over the province as well as nearby provinces. Helicopters and aircraft will come from the government and supporting units. In addition, the Ministers of National Resources and Environment, General Surasak Kanchanarat, said the government's effort to tackle haze and wildfire has been very successful, while asking the northern residents to avoid the unnecessary burning activities and also hear the suggestions from the local authorities in their respective area. Camera work by Pakon Pimunka. I am Thailand for NBT World.
Ministry of Commerce officials paid a visit to Prachaniwed Market in Bangkok to check prices of consumer products. Spokesperson and Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce, Ban Chongjit Angsu Singh, led authorities to inspect the prices of retailers and shops at Prachaniwed Market in Chatuchak district. Ms. Ban Chongjit also asked all shops to display labels and price tags on every item so as to prevent buyers from being taken advantage of. Retailers who fail to display prices will be fined 10,000 baht, while those who overcharge their customers will face a fine of no more than 140,000 baht or more than 7 years of imprisonment or both. Consumers have also been asked to lodge complaints at hotline 1569 should they come across a retailer who fails to comply with the ministry's regulations. Deputy Prime Minister Air Chief Marshal Pratin Chantong has presided over an educational event held on the theme News and Learn. The event is one of 5 pilot activities launched by the Museum and Learning Center Integration Committee. NBT World correspondent Niranut Traijakwanit has a story.
Museums and learning centers are some of the most vital educational institutions in Thailand. 8 ministries, including the Ministry of Tourism and Sports, Ministry of Culture, and Ministry of Education, have collaborated with 10 museums and learning centers to establish the Museum and Learning Center Integration Committee, or MLIC. The MLIC is tasked with developing museums and learning centers nationwide as well as organizing educational activities for children during their semester break. Air Chief Marshal Pratin asserted that it is the duty of the government to manage and develop museums and learning centers throughout the country to enhance the learning process, not only for children, but for people from walks of life. The activities are being held in line with the government's policy to improve Thailand's educational venues.
We plan to promote the museums and the learning center of Thailand. As we know, we have a lot of museums in Thailand in terms of history, culture, that can be motivate the people, the student and the teenage to need to know the history of Thailand, the culture of Thailand, and they can modify their life for the future. And also the concept of reduce classroom, gain more knowledge. We can supply our facility for the school, for the student to come and visit and to touch everything. It's going to be a 3-dimension, not 2-dimension, or not only learn from the classroom. So this is the main role for us during the holiday on the weekend or during the school off in the summertime.
For anyone who is interested, please visit the website www.okmd.or.th/museandlearn or call 02-105-6524 for more information. I'm Niranut Traijakunit reporting.
The Asian Exhibition Services, or AES, and the Global Transport Forum, with the support of the State Railway of Thailand, have recently announced 2 major exhibitions called the Smart Rail Asia and Transport Infrastructure Asia 2016, showcasing the latest locomotive and subway technology in the Asian region. Managing Director of AES, David Atkins, said that the exhibitions would gather the leading locomotive, railways, and information technology providers and contractors from Europe, Asia, and the US. He also gave us some of the highlights of the event this year, stressing that the exhibition serves as a platform for all related agencies to meet and discuss existing and future projects.
Sure. Well, I think one of the reasons that Asia is such an exciting region for the international market is because there's a lot happening, and that's both on the infrastructure side and the technology side. And obviously the reason we've decided to host Smart Rail Asia in Bangkok for the last few years and into the future is because Thailand is really at the heart of all of this. And this is both on the mainline railway side and on the metro side. So we had an advisory board meeting recently, and a number of our members there were quite excited because a lot of these projects have been talked about for some time, and now they're finally coming online. So, for example, 2 of the double-track tenders have been awarded. There should be 4 more coming up this year. Also, I think around June time, there is the 3 new metro lines. Feasibility studies underway, and they're looking at the PPP structure. And again, this is one of the reasons, alongside the exhibition, to host the high-level congress at Smart Rail Asia, because the market wants to come together to educate each other on the different models and options, because what's important, very expensive projects, is to deliver them in an efficient manner, on time and on budget. So yes, Thailand acts as a very good hub to showcase what's happening in Thailand, but also to share experiences in countries such as Malaysia, where they have the Klang Valley LRT lines 1, 2 and 3 that again tenders being awarded, and that's why it's very attractive for suppliers from Europe, the US, China, Japan, all over the world. All of them are very keen to have an active role in the projects that are upcoming in this region. So it's exciting for us, it's exciting for the industry, and yeah, Smart Rail essentially acts as that hub for people to come together and to learn, but also to do business.
Mr. Alex Williamson, the Managing Director of Global Transport Forum, told the media about some of the current and prospective transport infrastructure projects in Southeast Asia and Thailand.
One of the highlights of the event this year is not only the fact that it's going to be in the new venue, but also it's co-locating with Transport Infrastructure Asia. And the reason for that is to bring together the whole fraternity of the rail industry. So everyone from the contracting and consultancy side through to the technology suppliers, and at the end of line, looking at the passenger experience technology and ensuring that everything from infrastructure through to delivery is seamless. And the highlight that we draw together this year within the conference program is to look at other projects existing in Asia and bringing the learning technology from those experiences into the exhibition here in Bangkok.
Smart Rail Asia 2016 and the Transport Infrastructure Asia 2016 are scheduled for December 1st till 2nd, 2016 at Makassan Airport Rail Link Expo Hall. Smart Rail Asia last year attracted a record audience of over 2,000 industry professionals as the exhibition and conference staged its largest ever edition and gathered high-level attendees from throughout Asia. In total, 44 countries visited the event in Bangkok, with representatives of over 40 operators from the region. The Smart Rail Asia 2016 is forecast to expand by over 40%, with many new companies set to join, in tandem with many new projects coming online in Southeast Asia during this year, particularly Thailand. The Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, has delivered healthcare and other services to people in Bung Kum district in Bangkok. Bangkok Deputy Governor Dr. Pusadi Tamthai led a mobile unit to Bung Kum district where people received various services from BMA authorities. These services were health checkups, consulting services, identification card renewal, health treatments, dental services, pet vaccination, salon services, massage therapies, and household appliance repair services. The mobile unit also offered low-priced products such as food and drinks. It also provided a career skills training program to members of Bung Kum community. According to the Deputy Governor, the same project will be launched in every corner of the capital. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward. Up next in ASEAN News, we report on the ASEAN Foreign Ministers Retreat held in Vientiane, Laos. But first, let's have a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
ASEAN Economic Community, having the same hopes and mutual intentions to create sustainable growth and permanent economic progress within the framework of the ASEAN Comprehensive Investment Agreement. The ACIA exists to facilitate trade and commerce between member nations, as well as to improve quality of people's lives. One vision, one identity, one community.
Pad Thai, created from Thai wisdom, used to be served on banana leaf, and the banana tree is used for practicing Muay Thai. Muay Thai was trained in the temples, which can be found on the mountains, in the caves, or on the water, everywhere, just like Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in Amazing Thailand.
back. You're watching Newsline. Foreign Affairs Minister Don Paramat Vinay attended the ASEAN Foreign Ministers Retreat in Vientiane, Laos from February 26 till 27th. The meeting was held under the theme of turning vision into reality for a dynamic ASEAN community. The meeting agreed to establish ASEAN with people as a center of the regional integration, encourage them to be more enthusiastic about ASEAN and increase their role in the community. The Thai minister emphasized the principles of public participation from all sectors, inclusiveness, and closing the development gap. The meeting also assigned Thailand as coordinator between ASEAN and relevant organizations under the UN on discussions about the promotion of sustainable development goals at the regional level. Now in Syria, video posted on the internet purports to show Homs and Idlib provinces being targeted by helicopters and military warplane a day after a cessation of hostilities agreement took effect in Syria. One video appeared to show a helicopter dropping barrel bombs on Tir Mala in Homs province. Another video showed the aftermath of barrel bomb explosion with white smoke rising from a location said to be Tir Mala. The last video purports to show a town of Jizr al-Shughur in Idlib province said to be targeted by Russian warplanes. Syrian insurgents said that the airstrikes were carried out by Russian warplanes in support of Syria's government, but the observatory, which monitors the conflict, said the identity of the jets was not clear. The cessation of hostilities, agreed as part of a US and Russian plan, does not cover assaults on militants from Islamic State or the Nusra Front, an al-Qaeda affiliate that called for an escalation of attacks on Friday. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. If you do have any suggestions, please email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. Today we end the program taking you to Chonburi province to have a look at the Food and Light Festival there. I'm Chalapan San Rula. We'll see you tomorrow. Swadee ka.